Hello everybody, this is Charles1K92 and we're back again for more Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain.
Boss, I've been meaning to tell you something. Our old friend Zero hasn't been seen in public since you left the States. That was over 10 years ago now. You suspected he was responsible for the accident at your base in the Caribbean. But at that point, Zero was already bedridden. So it never felt right to me that Zero gave the order. Now that I've seen the man Emmerich was working for, I'm sure he didn't. I know that man. He was our old friend's XO. A man without a face. Not one you want to look at anyway. Skullface. He's the one who destroyed your base 9 years ago. The unit he commands, XOF, was Cypher's strike force. But he's since split from Zero and used XOF to usurp control over Cypher itself. In other words, the Cypher we're hunting isn't Zero. Beyond Zero is a void that's even darker. Skullface.
So yeah, Skullface is the one who's been causing us a load of issues. And our mother base is coming along quite nicely, so we now have got 3 tier platforms and we can have up to 80 members of staff on per platform. We are just going to take a look at our rewards. Cool. Right, so we're going to take a look at our missions very quickly and kind of explain. So, on this all missions tab, so we're not just like limited to Afghanistan, we can also go to Africa, where apparently Cypher is beginning new research. Now, on where was it? What mission? Was it Cloaked in Silence? No. So on Angel with Broken Wings, as you can see, it says obtainable skills and blueprints that we can get. Now these things vary in different areas, but if let's say we failed to, let's say, get the transportation specialist, right? Say like he died or whatnot, then what would happen is we would be able to get him or her in this next mission. So we're going to go to Africa in a few minutes, so we'll make sure that we do go there. And where we're going to start, we're going to be starting near this town called Bwala Yamasa, and then we're going to move our way up to the north, up until the point we get to Mafinda oil field, which is this. And what we have to do is that there's a crude oil leaking from the oil facility occupied by local forces. So our job is to stop the leak, shut down the facility's oil transfer pump, and use explosives to destroy the oily water separator tank. So yeah, that's what we've got to try and do. Now, if we take a look at side ops, at the moment we haven't yet got the stun arm, so I want to make it as a somewhat objective that we get this so we can get to level 2 stuff, and we're going to go and collect some other things too. Now we haven't done these just yet because I want to leave them till last because these are very easy to do per se. So we've got to get we've got to eliminate an armoured vehicle unit, then we've got to do some mine clearing again. We got to capture a legendary brown bear. So capture a particular brown bear that is a stuff of legend. Its mighty strength may cause difficulty in its capture, so we're still going to try and get it. Now it's going to be somewhere in the wilderness, so it's going to be somewhere in this gap here, because this is a pathway that you can get to via climbing from either this outpost, or when we drove past here to get to Emmerich, we could go from there as well. There's another prisoner extraction, which I think we've already done before. So some things might reappear again, and other things might not. And then we've got to extract a highly skilled soldier in Dekelia, so, or Daragwan Degar, or whatever it's called. But we want to make this our #1 priority, so if we select for this one, now we could land in here, like we could land where that other helicopter was beforehand, but we're not going to. So we're going to land here, and we're going to sort out our own stuff. So if you give me a moment. Right. We don't need any of this. Now we might need to have our sniper rifle, but I guess I'll see if I can upgrade. No, you know what, we won't upgrade. We'll take this one with us. Okay, smoke grenades. We're good, we're good. Body. Okay, so we're going to leave DD naked still. We're going to still keep the vehicle that we've got, and we're still going to play as Snake. Because why not? Because playing as Snake is fun. So I kind of want to make sure that we do these, and we will get a lot of money out of it. And when we go and extract another vehicle, it's going to be nicer to extract it and whatnot. Now, you might be asking me this about, let's say, missions and whatnot in regards to getting the side objectives done. Well, when it comes down to it, doing the side objectives gives you unlocks. So, like, you unlock more emblem patterns for your well, obviously for you to customize your own personal PF kind of logo, but also it's also a trophy thing as well, so you got to make sure you do the missions all S rank. You don't have to do them on the first try, that's why you can always repeat the mission, so it's entirely up to you. Right. Okay, so lucky for us, it's only just up there.
Be careful down there, boss.
Endless void. Now, with DD will be able to help us detect where this brown bear thing is going to be when we encounter it. No, they haven't fixed the power situation here because we destroyed. Well, when I mean destroy, I don't mean like we shut it off completely, but more or less it's been damaged. Now we can start sniping if we want to, but because we don't have a suppressor on this, there's no real point.
Stop him.
Woof woof.
Talk.
And off to Dreamland. Don't worry, DD, we're not going to be taking him with us.
Where are your friends?
I like that about you. You're making me feel tempted to take you in.
You can disrupt communications between enemy outposts by destroying comms equipment. That'll prevent one post from sending reinforcements to another. Destroying the power system will shut down the local electrical grid. That'll give you a leg up when operating in the dark.
Hold them off! Speak.
Off to Dreamland. In the trash. Cool. Wait for DD to, well, DD doesn't have to come in. So stun arm. Alright, so we can do this one now. Basically it's a much more longer battery life, and it's also got a, I think it's got a reach extension as well, so like when it charges up, once it gets to a nice chargeable level, you're able to hit somebody from quite a long distance. And it uses sandstorm as cover to get back to the car. Automatic mining, that's good. You want to be careful though, because you can be flipped out of your car if you're not too careful. Okay, so we want to go... yeah, down here. Alright, I'm going to pursue on foot. Now keep in mind, this bear is going to be difficult to get straight away because of our equipment level. Let the night vision cool down for a minute. Nothing. I know it's here. That's it there. Remember, this scene's gonna obviously this scene's an animal, so we've got to be very cautious. I know, Dee Dee, I know. So far, this thing does not know that where we are yet.
That's the target.
There you go. Righty. So now we are going to go and extract that highly skilled soldier. But we're not going to go back to the car, so we're going to jump down and see if Dee Dee's been a good boy.
Okay.
Let's go. So yeah, with this sniper rifle, it does pretty decent damage, I mean, in regards to the bear. Obviously it was bigger. Now, you're probably wondering, well, the guard surely would have heard you doing that shit. And I'll go, well, probably, yeah, but sound and distance also come into this. Alright. Okay. I'm going to check on Mother Base staff now, make sure that... Alright, so he's still in sick bay. No one's dead. No one's dead. No one's dead. Nope. I know this is a much more quicker way to go through, but it guarantees the okay. Now, if we want to, we can use our non-lethal sniper against against these guys here. But if I fire one shot, they're going to be alerted. But we don't want that just yet. nice, simple way. Alright. So we want to head to number 9, which I'm guessing is that way. Nice little sprint wouldn't hurt, would it? Now with the stuff that we keep pulsing, like cars, mortars, gun emplacements, what we're able to do is we can actually sell them if we want to get GMP, and they also give us resources in return. I think we can do that as well. Like, I'm not sure if we can deconstruct them, but I think we could. Nothing in here. Let's go, DD. To them, it'd be as if like he'd gone away. Okay. Oh, it's a sheep.
This is Raven territory. I heard once that some indigenous peoples in Canada and Alaska deify the common raven as a totem.
Alright. Now, we're supposed to head back, but we can mail ourselves there because it'd be a lot more quicker. I know, it's shocking.
Destroying their vehicles will slow the enemy down, but you could also steal them for yourself.
Not yet. Leave DD alone.
Bark.
Хорошо, разбирайся сам. Проваливай! Черт!
Alien grip.
Speak.
Я не хочу умирать!
Spit it out.
You gonna extract him?
Pretty much. We're going to be extracting as much people as we can, even though that we're full of staff. We're still going to keep doing it. There he is.
Нет, там всегда закрыто.
За ворот огромная пещера. Ясно? Она тянется до самого объекта в горах.
Значит, руководство объекта нужна
Ха!
безопасная транспортная магистраль.
Есть понятие.
Думаю, что там делать.
Да они нам хоть что-то говорили. В пещере ничего не видно. Тьма кроме неба.
Представляю.
Ладно, проверь. Я пошел. Пойдем.
Давай, увидимся.
Понял.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Try to see if we can lure these guys. Yeah, down there. I heard it was a steal. Right. We're gonna have to go back on ourselves. So we're gonna have to go down here and whatnot. It's fine, we can do this, so it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. It was a steal though, I have to say. Although we did kind of do bad.
Great job.
There we go. Free
All right,
Fulton.
we'll bring him out.
Okay, another scent of mine clearing. So if you just bear with us for a moment, we're going to park the vehicle up and we're going to put Snake somewhere. I just need to go and use the restroom very quickly. So I'm going to have Snake just down there for a moment. Backs from outer space. Right, we'll get back to the car. Now then, if you're saying to me, why don't you use your sniper? Well, if we do this, even while we're prone, the sniper kind of fucks with our aim with a little bit. Well, not the sniper, the sandstorm does. Now there's one obviously fatal flaw when we use a loud weapon, is that we're easily spotted to an extent. So like, the sound travels pretty far for certain weapons. Well, for certain, I mean for nearly all weapons. So at this close range, it's a guarantee that even if I fire at this guy here, not just this one or this one, but this guy is obviously going to know as well. So even if I shot him, I'd have to quickly load the next shot and then shoot the next two.
Иван Иванович Иванов. Тихий малый. Небось, какой-нибудь фанат фантастики?
Он оставил книгу, английскую новеллу под названием 1984.
Что, она выпущена в этом году?
Да нет, ее написали лет 30 назад.
А о чем она?
Я не смог прочитать ее, она на английском. Ну, речь идет об утопии, когда весь мир стал коммунистическим.
Ого, правда?
Автор англичанин, так что я не думаю, что мы герои. Скорее всего, мне будет написано, что коммунизм это зло. Может, он решил, что капиталистический мир по умолчанию лучше.
Я не то чтобы единый коммунист, но это...
Ладно, мне пора.
Удачи.
Let's see. Where were we going? Oh yeah, we were trying to get to mine clearing, weren't we? So we place that there. So it's just in that direction. So we'll get back in the car now. It's a bit unorthodox, yeah, and it would stick out like a sore thumb. Mainly a lot of this is used for travelling. Now I know some of you might say, well, why didn't they have a thing where you could use the helicopter to actually get you from place to place instead of like having to leave the area, then come back again? I don't know. I'm wondering. Not yet. Not yet. Now! Off to Dreamland, boys. Off to Dreamland. Now you can't do a falling extraction while you're inside the cab, but we can do it at the back.
Too. Roger that.
Arrived at Mother Base. Move, sheep. Now there are other animals that we can capture as well, besides the one that we physically see. So, like those capture cages, we're going to be using them later on at some point. So once we get to once we get to Africa, we'll be able to use it more. Not because due to the fact that there's more wildlife in Africa, but it makes it easier to go to certain locations and get in certain rare animals and such. Now, it's a good thing that we have Didi with us, so if I didn't have him, I know that I'd be walking in here into a minefield per se, but it's like, well, where are the mines? Well, Didi's going to help us sniff them out. I mean, I can just about see one. So Didi found a landmine. And then what happens is, it somehow appears on the map, so it's like, well, where is it, boy? And he goes, it's over here. Dumbass. Now clearing these minefields will benefit us, but they will also in a sense of story, benefit other things, I guess. I don't know. So I found one mine. Oh, we walked past right this one. There's a second mine. Now we can shoot these if we want to, but if we're near a guard post, potentially sometimes I might be able to hear it, so you've got to be very careful. And you want to try to go behind these, DD. Jesus Christ, dog, you scare me sometimes. DD, no! Bad DD. One more mine. Ta-da! Now then. I think there is a messaging mailing box thing that's at the Mahate Palace. So we'll probably head over there to get that. And then we can go and free that prisoner. And then we can do the extraction for that armoured vehicle, and then we can go to Africa. Because why not? Everyone wants to go to Africa these days. Yeah, that can happen.
Hey, quit kidding around. Snake?
That's one way to kill yourself. Just drive off the edge of the cliff. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, it's not there anymore, so we're good. Are you sure? Yes. We won't be making that mistake again, promise. Now, do you know what? It was actually quite a surprise to me, really, that they didn't include this in the game. And if you say, well, what's that? And I'll go, well, in a cutscene in Ground Zeroes, albeit it was a cutscene, you could see a vehicle that had a turret, a mounted turret on the back. Now, we're not talking like an APC or any other like tank kind of vehicle, but a Jeep that had an LMG literally mounted on the back. And I would have thought, like, in a sense, like for this game, if you wanted to, let's say like if you couldn't find these vehicles, you could actually craft them and use them. So like what would happen is so like if you wanted to use the turrets thing, oh yeah, it was also in the beginning of this game as well for the US one. But say like if you wanted to use it, you could either you can still sit in the driving seat, but if you were stationary, it would give you an option, which is if you were to hold triangle, you'd climb in the back, and you're able to use the mounted turret, and it would only have I would like to say like a 360-degree view. We'll go with that. So you get a 360-degree kind of view, like you can look at all around you, can kind of aim down, sort of aim up, and that's generally it, really. And you can even, like, if you brought that back, and let's just say like you got a particular kind of guy who was a customs, like the legendary gunsmith, who is somebody that we were able to get, you'd actually be able to customize these kind of cars. So like instead of having, let's say, a normal LMG, you could have a mortar on this. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but hey, weirder things have happened before. Did I not get it? No, otherwise it would appear on the map here. Alright, now we are quite a fair distance away from here. So if we 117 meters, 118. So this is quite a nice distance for us to be in now. We want our target to stay still. And this is kind of a nice rough figure on how you can tell how far away you are from your target.
A Soviet soldier. A lot of them came from Central Asia before, but lately they've been using more and more Russians. Simple, really. There's less hesitation to pull the trigger if they're not fighting their own race. Morbid cynicism, but it gets results.
Okay.
That's humanity for you.
Well, we fired, but we missed. My guess is... He's gonna fall unconscious soon. Someone's coming up here to check us out. We're gonna move.
Stop him.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Another car there.
Осмотр сектора завершен!
Это твоя честь! Никаких признаков
Я не хочу умирать!
There's our invoice. Wait.
Go get him! Stop him!
КП, понял. Все в единицу. Будьте бдительны и найдите нарушителей. Конец связи.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Я не хочу умирать!
That's one way how you can save yourself from getting like fucked. Well, we've only got one shot left that we can really use, so we can probably use that on the guard tower that's up here. Now sometimes claymores will be placed here, but that will be later on in the game, so like when we would have to come here to do something else, or if we go to replay a mission, they might put claymores in this area, so it's handy to know. Doing pretty well, minus me killing myself. Whew. Edie, I love you, but you're in the way. What's that range? 200. So we're just gonna roughly guess this, okay? See what I mean?
Всем боевым группам, это кафе. Мы вступили в схватку с противником. Всем боевым единицам приготовиться к бою.
Lucky for us, the sandstorm rolled in.
Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по цели. Прием. Это Зоя 1. Кто понял? Подготовка к минометному огню. Конец связи.
This is just in case they got their communications back up. So we're going to use the sandstorm to our advantage if we can.
КП Зоя 2. Потерял противника. Ищу последней точки соприкосновения. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Обследуйте сектор. Но осторожно. Конец связи.
I'm going to stay long and wide if